What's going on, YouTube? It's Charles, and today I'm coming back at you today with another video and another video in the series of my financial economy. Today we're going to talk about student loan debt. As you can see, this young guy here has all these books in his hand. He's got tablets. He even got the IOU on this. He even got IOU on his cap. He's like, oh my goodness. To student loan debt. This is what it looks like in the end. It doesn't look this way in the beginning. I have student loan debt myself, so I know a lot of y'all paying. I've been in forbearance, but I am going to pay my student loans off eventually. But it's got to do it with a plan. Um, when you first get out of school, I mean, it's rough. Like I have a, let me see, I have a paralegal degree that I never used. That was one of the times I went to school, and I went to college, Southern University. I live in New Orleans. I mean, Louisiana. I live in Louisiana, so I went to Southern University for a couple semesters, and it just wasn't the right time for me. Um, so I dropped. Some people do that. Some people go to school and it's just not the right time for them, so end up dropping out. But you still got to pay just because you went for a couple semesters or you went for one semester doesn't mean you don't have to pay it back. And for those of you who actually went through the entire school year and you did your time, congratulations. I wish you well, and I hope you find a job in your field and you didn't have to go out of your field to find a job because that's what's happening to a lot of people. They go into school, get a student loan, and they find out when they get out of school that I can't get a job in this field, and they end up having to settle for something less while they still look for another job in their field. And sometimes in the meantime, they go back to school again and try to get another degree, either on top of the degree they have. Let's say you went to school to be a LPN, you go back to school to be a RN, and you try it again. And all you're doing is adding more debt to yourself and you're not paying anything off. Could it work? It's possible, but it makes it harder when you keep adding debt on top of debt. And it seems like what happens most of the time is we just keep digging holes by ourselves. We get student loans, get student loan debt, get the credit card debt. We just have to have that brand new car. I mean, a lot of us you can get a used car, pay for it cash. But we have to get that new car because we got to have it. And something else I'm starting to notice is us as citizens we're doing the same thing that the government is doing. The government is just trillions of dollars in debt, and I looked up today, and we're like over $1 trillion in student loan debt. So that means nobody's paying it back. We're going to school, we're getting our degree. You get to use the degree. They don't hold the degrees back because you didn't pay for it. You still get the degree. It's just end up with bad credit if you don't pay it. Or you end up in forbearance or whatever. I mean that kind of helps, but you still end up paying more in the long run. And what I did is, well, what I'm going to do is we're going to go to YouTube here, and we're going to get away from this guy right here. He's looking like you can't even see who he is. His face, his eyes. He like he's staring straight ahead. He can't. I mean, these just a couple of titles right here. We look up student loan, Patriot Act with Hassan on Netflix. Dave Ramsey looking like he's just holding his head. Somebody say I'm $1 million in student loan debt. Oh, what did they? How many times did they go to school? What degree did they get? And I can guarantee you this student loan debt, whatever they went to school for, they're not going to get a job, but they can pay that back anytime soon. And I don't think enough people are talking about this. And I almost forgot about this stuff with Elizabeth Warren because I stopped watching politics months ago. I just stopped watching it because it's just too much foolishness. I decided that I was going to concentrate on other things and stop worrying about what's going on in politics. And I forgot about this student loan plan that she proposed, where she wants to give just here it is, the student loan forgiveness plan. So I guess it's okay to go to school, get a degree, and not have to pay it back. That seems like the same plan the government is on. You just get all these loans, just keep printing money, and eventually, I guess they're not gonna pay it back. Just keep on kicking the can down the road. But man, I mean, we are taking on we're taking on the same personality as our government, just getting in debt and not wanting to pay it back. We just keep on kicking the can down the road and hope it gets better and just making the situation worse. This young lady said she owes 90,000 in student loan debt. She doesn't look too excited in that picture. I don't think anybody in these pictures look too excited when they're in debt here. I pay $900 a month in student loan. That is 2 car payments and a mortgage. If not both, you can probably could pay a car note and a mortgage with $900 a month. Think about that. If you had $900 a month, you didn't. If she, I'm not wishing anything bad on the young lady, but I mean, imagine if she wouldn't have went to school and she had $900 a month, just getting a regular job. I mean, I think a lot of people forget you can go to a trade school, you can go to a community college. You don't have to go to college to get these humongous student loans. Just get yourself in debt. There are alternatives to this. Yeah, they have online school now, which is cheap. You can go to some classes and pay for them yourself. If I mean, it's just getting out of hand with the student loan. This was a month ago on TED Talk. Student loan crisis. Student debt is a crisis. Student loan crisis 4 months ago. Millennials struggling under the burden of student loan debt. All student debt in the U.S. visualized. Man, it says 1.6 trillion in student loan debt. $1.6 trillion. That's a lot of money that I can't even add. I'll never understand how much $1 trillion of debt will match GDP soon. Student loan debt backlash. Economic collapse not triggered by scare. This young lady says I'm broke as hell, opening up about $155,000 in student loan debt. I don't have that much, but I do have student loan debt. And both of these young ladies don't look like they're too happy about going to school and getting a degree that they thought, like our parents tell us, you go to school, get good grades, then you go back to school and get a good paying job. It don't seem like they seem to have that. Don't seem like it worked out for them that way. It looked like it just didn't. Broke. The lady right here in the little second picture broke AF. 100K in student loan debt. She don't look too excited, do she? This could be you, or this probably is you. These student loans, missing payments, credit card debt, living at home. That's your alternative. You're gonna end up staying at home or moving back at home. But you got the degree though. You got your degree. I mean, I guess once you get your degree, depending on what it is, some of these degrees I don't think they should be allowed to let people go to school for, because some of these degrees are just absolutely useless. Um, I mean, you can go to school and pay just to get a worthless degree. I mean, it's just not working. And a lot of these colleges, they actually have money. A lot of these colleges are in a surplus with money. And I don't see any of them just going around saying, okay, well, we're going to take 5, 10 students this year, and we're going to help those students out. We're going to erase half, not erase, but we're going to help you with half your student loans. But all we need you to do is work for us for yada yada yada. I'm just throwing it out there. What I wish I knew about student loans before I started. Advice about debt, affordability, and payoff. Are they worth it? How do I pay them off? So as you can see, student loans is not the hottest thing of the month. It's not. We don't have a student loan club going on right now. Pay off student loans now or wait. Man, you might want to pay it off as soon as you can. I'm just going to continue to scroll down a little bit more. 84,199 in student loan interest. He says interest. Wow. Say why decide to pay zero. Oh, student loans. I guess he's not paying it. I'm assuming he's not paying it back. He just say he decided to pay zero. And this isn't just his loan amount. This he just says $84,000 in student loan interest. That's a lot. That's a lot. What did he go to school for? Wow. What happens if you don't pay? It's not really a big penalty if you don't pay. They just keep adding fees and stuff like that onto it, and Yes, after a while, if you don't put it in forbearance, the only thing they can do is put on your credit report. And that's I think that's one of those things. Somebody can comment down below and let me know, because I don't think it is. Like if you dispute your credit, I don't think student loans is one of those things that can come off. Somebody comment down below to let me know, because I'm not sure about that one either. Little shares anxiety over student loan debt. She has anxiety. I mean, a lot of these stories, and they're not the only people. They're just the ones who came out and decided to put a video on YouTube to share their stories. I'm pretty sure there's lots of people out there with a similar story as these people with these videos. Why you should pay off student loan for investing, student loan payment, debt-free journey, first payment 2020. Wow, half a million, 540,000. Man, if y'all, you can go back and watch these videos. Man, I would like to know what they went to school for. More than likely doctors, lawyers, something like that. And they probably went to school twice, because I think going to school to be like a lawyer is like 8 years. So I don't know. It depends on the university, how many years. And it just goes on and on. I mean, this was 10 months ago, 540,000. I owe 430,000 student loans. I mean, seriously, I'm still just holding his head. Like, what do you think? Oh man, it's not. It's funny, but it's not funny. Sometimes you have to take your frustrations and just laugh at them. My wife took out 250 in student loan. How I paid off 51,000 in 1.5 years on 109,000 balance. Oh man, I got called by the debt collector about student loans. My experience why I went to college. Man, that's gonna be my last one. And as you can see, I probably could have kept scrolling, man. There's a lot of people out there who are in student loan debt, looking for solutions. There's a lot of people out there who is more. I mean, the reason they're in debt, and the reason they more likely can't pay back is after they graduate from college, their job is not paying enough. They don't make enough to pay the student loan debt off fast enough, so they end up doing what? The same as people with credit cards. They make these minimum payments, and they end up paying at the slowest rate, and you end up paying it off like a house payment, like 10 years. And that's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful day.